And the reason why, actually also what could work is a pillow or blanket. And the reason why for this is just so that your knees can come below your hips when you're sitting. And it gives our hips a little bit of just a opening stretch right away. Oh, actually, hold on, give me 1 second. Okay. And before we start our physical practice, we always like to take a moment just to bring ourselves into our present moment right now. And we do that by focusing on the breath and by focusing on our senses. So allow your eyes to close, allow your hands to come somewhere comfortable, and allow your attention to go inward. And it's the morning, so we may have these thoughts going on about what we're going to be doing for the rest of the day. We might not. Whatever we recognize that we're thinking about right now, we'll one by one maybe parse it through and notice if it has to do with right now. And if it doesn't, we kindly let it just fade to the background. And then by bringing our attention a little bit more to this present moment, start to fill in the sentence, I am aware of. I am aware of noises in my house. I am aware of tightness in my shoulders. I am aware of breathing really deeply. Anything that you become aware of, fill in the blank. And then start to notice the breath. Notice if you're breathing through your nose or your mouth. Is it shallow? Is it deep? What's the temperature of the air? And then on your next breath in, breathe in for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Open the mouth, sigh it out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Next inhale, breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Open the mouth, sigh it out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one together. Breathe in through the nose now for 4, 3, 2, 1, and out through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. And stay with this, maybe extending the count, maybe keeping the same count for a couple of rounds yourself. And then let your hands come over your chest, pressing into your chest, maybe even feeling your heartbeat. We'll start our physical practice by lifting the arms up to the sky, maybe opening the eyes just slightly, as if you were just waking up. Maybe moving the arms side to side, just sort of playing here with your stretch. And then we'll let the hands drop to the knees, reach the shoulders up to the sky, and then let them come down. Take it slowly at first, drawing the shoulders movement by movement, and then drop them down the back. Once we're just like that, drop them down the back, and then start to find some movement. And I know it's 8 a.m., but we're feeling a little Shakira-y. And then start to move the shoulders in the opposite direction. And we're just waking up these muscles, knowing that many of these muscles that we're touching on right now are involved in our breathing, and they're core to our posture. So we're just waking them up. And then let the shoulders settle down, reach your left arm across. Let your right arm come behind you like a kickstand, sitting up tall, and an inhale. Exhale, turning the torso, turning the chest, turning your gaze behind you. Take that to the other side. And then coming back, let both hands reach behind you, fingertips pointing behind you. Let your heart lift high, let your gaze lift high, and maybe we drop the head back. And then moving the hands back to the hips once again. We're going to start to take some circles with just the chest. So maybe starting small and then getting big, whatever you feel right now. And then noticing how that affects the belly. Notice what the abdominal muscles have to do to make this movement. And then just focusing on those muscles. So I guess we really are getting a little Shakira-y here, belly dancing. And then switch direction from wherever you are. And then arms reach up, find your neutral space. And a breath out, side out, hands come to heart center. Twice more just like that. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, draw the hands down. Once more just like that. As if you're pulling in the strength, pull the hands back down. Start to remove anything that you've been sitting on. Let the hands come below you, tabletop. Knees underneath the hips. We sway side to side, side to side. And then find that neutral tabletop. We'll start to work through our cat-cow movements. So our first inhale, with the belly drop, heart lift cow. Exhale, pull the belly in and up. Let the back lift up to the sky, cat. Inhale, coming forward, heart lift, belly drops. And exhale, lifting the belly up to the sky. Yeah, try this 3 times, 3 rounds of breath. Your own rhythm. And let yourself take any extra movements that you might need today. Not feeling constricted by these two postures. Maybe taking movements through the shoulders, through the head, through the neck, through the hips. And we'll all meet in a neutral tabletop. Starting to press the figure pads into the ground. Let the toes meet the mat. Slowly lift your knees. Let them hover just here. And then let them come back down, tabletop. Another breath in, lift the knees, hover. And a breath out, tabletop. Once more, just like that, lifting the knees, coming back, downward facing dog, maybe walking the hands out a little bit more in front of you. Pedal through the knees. Take up space. And then start to look forward. Slowly walk your feet up to your hands. Forward fold. Start to sway side to side. And maybe we let opposite hands come to opposite elbows, ragdoll. Back of the head is heavy. Back of the neck is heavy. And you can trust your own support, your own feet. Release the arms. Let them walk up towards the knees. Halfway lift. Spine is parallel with the mat. Take a breath in. Breath out. Fold over your legs. Next breath in. Slowly come all the way up. Reaching the arms up to the sky. And a breath out. Drawing the hands down. Finding that movement again. Inhale. Arms lift. Exhale. Draw the hands down. Once more, just like that, as if you're gathering strength and pulling it down to you. Start to let your left arm reach forward. Right arm comes behind you. Hips are still squared forward, and we're twisting over that right shoulder. Shoulders shrug, and then let them go. Reach the arms up to the sky. Take that to the other side. And then hands come up. Take the feet a little bit wider. Maybe you come off the mat. We'll start moving a little bit, getting a little bit of free movement here. Swaying the arms side to side. And maybe tucking in a foot. So maybe we feel a little touch on the back of our thigh. And we're just getting a little dynamic here. And maybe the arms sway so much that we can feel the arms tap the shoulder. And increasing the breath, take a big breath in, huge sigh out. If you have anyone else in your home, they might think you're strange right now, but that's okay. Take another breath in, let out a big sigh. And release the arms, release the legs, let them come back underneath you. Take a breath in. Exhale, sit deep into your chair pose. Feet can be together or they can be wide to protect the knees. Arms are reaching out and up. Take a breath here and a breath out, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, high plank. Start to stay here. Feel the strength right behind the shoulder blades. Take a breath in here. Press the ground away. A breath out. Slowly glide all the way down to your mat. Press the palms in towards the mat. Heart lifts, low cobra. One more breath here. And a breath out. Start to let the hands come on either side here so that they're just barely tenting and they're coming out wider than the mat. Lifting up for that low cobra again. Let your left shoulder come down. Take a look over. Try that to the other side. Right shoulder comes down. Working into the shoulders. Try that on the left. Find a rhythm here. Every inhale lifts you. Every exhale dips another shoulder, dips another cheek. Try this 2 more rounds to either side. Start to scurry the hands back underneath your shoulders, press into the ground back to a tabletop or plank to downward facing dog. To check out our alignment, we'll glide forward to that high plank. And check that our shoulders are right above the wrists. Check that our back is long and our heels are heavy. Take a breath here. Breath out, downward facing dog. Start to let the right leg get airborne just for a second, and then hug the knee into the chest, maybe in a couple of steps, or by floating, we bring the right foot in between the hands. Back knee comes down, low lunge. Arms lift high on an inhale. And we're here for 2 rounds of breath. Start to reach that left arm forward, right arm back. And we really know this, we're really getting in touch with the shoulders today. But maybe it feels a little bit different with one knee in front. And let that right hand get heavy. Maybe it makes contact with the left thigh. Left arm is reaching up. Let the breath get expansive here. Take a huge breath in. Feel the heart lift. And a breath out. Cartwheel, hands down. Rock the hips back. Fold over this long right leg. Toes can point up towards your face. Hands can come to the ground, or maybe balance challenge to the hips, or maybe they start to walk back. Play with what feels good today. And then find some stillness. Let's start to look forward, press into the ground with the right foot. Left foot meets right, chair pose. Toes are turning a little bit more towards each other, but again, the feet do not have to be together to protect the knees. Take the hands to heart center, take a breath in and a breath out, twist over, opening to the right. And come back to center, take a big breath in, breath out, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. High to low plank. Maybe we stay for the hover. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And your next inhale, reach the left leg to the sky or let it get airborne. Hug the knee in a couple of steps or floating. Left foot comes to the front of the mat. Back knee comes down. Arms lift high on an inhale. And if this feels wobbly, maybe we walk out that left foot so it's a little bit wider. Take one more round of breath here. And then reach that right arm forward, left arm behind you. as if you really could open your chest to the left side of your room. And then let that left hand get heavy. Right arm spins up. Another breath in, and exhale, cartwheel the arms down. Start to tilt the hips back. Fold over this long leg. Toes on the left foot can start to point towards you. And we start to melt over. Maybe letting the hands find their place, giving yourself a couple of moments to find where that feels really good. And then stay for the stillness. Start to walk the hands forward again. Right foot meets left. Staying low, come to your chair pose. Hands come to heart center. Take a breath here. Get even lower. Twist to the left. Coming back to center. Take another breath in. And a breath out. Actually stand all the way up. Arms lifting. Maybe the heels are lifting too. And we're very, very tall. And then heels can come down. Let the hands come to the small of the back. Draw them down. And then slowly fold all the way. Halfway, actually, just to start. Nice bend in the knees, and then we'll fold all the way. Maybe letting the hands come off of the back, or letting them stay where they are. Release the hands. Bend through the knees. Take a breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a huge reset breath here. Maybe even let out a noise with that exhale. Take a breath in. And then our right leg lifts, maybe even more than we did last time, enough so that the knee can bend. Hips are stacking. Take a breath in here and a breath out. Hug the knee in towards your chest. Let it hover. Inhale, sends it out. Exhale, hug the knee towards your right elbow. Hover. Inhale, sends it out. Exhale, hug the knee across your body, left elbow. Send it back out. Hug it back towards your chest. Let the foot plant. Crescent warrior. Arms reach up on an inhale. That back knee can always come down if that feels comfortable. And on an inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, draw the arms down, goalposts. And then let the hands meet at the small of the back, drawing down. Heart is lifting. Gaze is lifting. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, hands plant. Right foot meets left, high to low plank. Find your way back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift the left leg high to the sky. And then let the knee bend. Open the hips, let the hips stack. Take a breath in, send it out. Exhale, hug the knee in towards your chest. Inhale, sends it out. Exhale, hug the knee towards your left elbow. Inhale, sends it out. Exhale, hug it across to your right elbow. Inhale, sends it out again. And then let the foot plant in between your hands. Rise, crescent warrior. On an inhale, let the fingertips lift even higher. Exhale, draw the arms down, goalposts. Then let the hands meet with the small of the back. Draw the interlace down. And then arms lift again. Start to look out in front of you. Press into the ground with that left foot. Lean forward. We're coming into our bird posture. Let that back foot lift if that feels comfortable. Arms can come out on either side. And we're in our bird. We're in flight. And then start to transition forward. Hug that knee in. And keep it here just for a moment. Send it forward. And then let the knee plant. Let the leg plant. Start to wiggle side to side. Interesting, it's tough like looking over in these like balance postures because then I lose my balance too, but it looked like everyone was doing great from what I could tell. Take a breath in here, reach the arms up, and a breath out, hands come down. Reach the shoulders up to the sky and draw them down again. Start to press into the ground with the right foot. Get light with the left. Hug it in first. Hug it into your chest, and then send it behind you, coming into our bird posture. Toes are pointing down, arms reaching down and back behind you. And then start to come forward, bringing your left knee in towards your chest. And then send it forward. Press out the wall in front of you. And then let it come back down. Nice. I love that, like, foot right in the camera. It was like right before we were gonna take over the camera. And we'll start to find that sway again. Maybe we're facing a different direction, or maybe you're facing the same direction. Notice how the body feels. See if we can get the arms up high enough that we can feel air circulating around us, around each limb. You can make it messy. Notice your own strength and your own momentum too. And then find a place that your feet can be wide, just a little bit wider than mat's width. Toes are pointing out. Knees start to bend over the toes. We're coming into our squat. Now, if this feels uncomfortable and the feet can't fully come to the ground, this is where it's really nice to bring those blocks or the stack of books that you can sit on. Whichever you prefer, you have some time to play here just to see what feels good. And then let the hands come to heart center. And see if we can kind of be buoyant here. So we're not just sitting into the joints, we're actually a little bit higher than our point of just falling in. And if we're sitting on a block, then we're still active through the legs. And then let the eyes close. Come back to your breathing. And then start to blink the eyes open. Left hand reaches beyond left foot. Right arm reaches to the sky, opening the heart to the sky. And if you'd like to take a bind, you can. Maybe we let that left hand wrap around left shin. Right arm comes behind. And maybe they grab the same piece of clothing. Maybe they grab each other. And then release, take that to the other side. Right arm reaches beyond right foot, left arm reaches up to the sky. And then maybe we find that bind again. And then hands come back to heart center. Start to remove anything that might be underneath you. We're going to make our way all the way to the mat. Soles of the feet can come together for our butterfly or our Baddha Konasana. Knees are on either side. And we'll draw the feet in just a little bit more so that we have maybe about 6 inches between us and our feet. Start to point the fingertips behind us, similar to how we were when we were sitting at the beginning. And then lift through the heart, reaching your eyes to the sky. Maybe we let the head relax. Seeing if you can relax any points of tension right now. And then come back slowly, find a fold that you're comfortable with, and then find stillness there. So maybe we get just halfway and we need to stay, and we want to stay. And that's where we breathe. If you'd like to take it a little bit further, maybe we make our way down to the feet. And we're here for 3 rounds of breath. Slowly walk the hands back up to the hips. Draw the knees in. We're going to start to transition to come into our boat on our way down to the mat. So let the feet lift. Toes can wiggle. Arms can still stay underneath. Lifting the heart, drawing the shoulders down. And then maybe we let the arms lift as well. And maybe we rock a little. Finding that place where we are on the line of shaking uncontrollably and feeling really, really strong. And then that's where we stay. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come all the way down, knees pointing up, arms reaching behind you. And we're going to prepare for our bridge posture. This is also a nice time if you'd like to take a supported bridge that you can bring those blocks. It's up to you what you're feeling today. I'll be walking through our standard bridge, our manual bridge. But if you'd like, you can always bring that support right underneath the sacrum. Start to reach down so that you can just barely tickle the ankles, and that's where we want to keep the feet. Toes are pointing forward, knees are pointing up, shoulders are drawing down the back into the mat. And on an inhale, our hips will lift. Shoulders draw down even more. Maybe they scurry and make a little prop underneath us. And the hands could even meet. Pressing into the ground, lift even more with the hips. And then with the heart. And let the breath get messy. Stay here for 3 huge rounds of breath. On your last exhale, slowly start to come all the way down. Back comes down, knees drift side to side. And then we'll gather up that support, whatever that is, and prepare for a supported fish posture. So if you prefer to take this manually, then you'll just start to take your fingertips reaching towards the bum, elbows pointing behind you, and the heart lifts and the head can rock back. The supported posture allows us to stay in it a little bit more, a little bit longer rather. And we want to put our support, so that's about 6 inches or 7 inches from the nape of the neck, and it's right in the middle of our back. So like this. And then we lay down on it. And you may want to play a little bit with this. If your support is higher than 3 inches, this could feel really intense. So maybe this is a time for a pillow to come in. And whether you're taking this the manual way or with the support, let the shoulders rock to either side. And let the hands be soft. And let the back be soft. And notice how freely the breath can move within the throat. And we'll be here for 5 rounds of breath. Slowly start to rock to one side, removing anything that's underneath you if it was there. And let the back fully come down. Notice what the back feels like right now. Reach the arms behind you, reach the toes in front of you. And then rock the knees into the chest. Sway side to side. And we'll start to come into our reclined twist. Let the knees drop over to the right so that they stack. Right hand can come on top of that thigh for extra support. Left arm reaches out like goalpost or reaching long. Gaze can come over that left shoulder. Start to rock the knees back into center. Take that to the other side. Find one place that you can soften right now. And then rock the knees back into the chest. Give yourself one big squeeze. And then release. And take the next couple of moments to take any last movements or postures that you'd like to take before coming into our Shavasana. Our final rest. Be as free or as still as you wish. I'm going to take a second just to check something. Check our time. And when you find that final resting posture, I'm going to be sitting up just so I can continue to talk. Traditional Shavasana is taken with the legs outstretched in front of you, arms on either side, but any restful posture that calls to you right now is good. And slowly allow for the muscles to soften. And allow for the fats to soften. And allow for the breath to soften. And allow for the entire body to be soft. Knowing that this is your only job right now. Shavasana. Start to slowly take some movements through your wrists and your ankles and your fingertips and your toes. And start to gain enough movement that you could make yourself to one side and slowly help yourself up to a seated position. Maybe keeping the eyes closed, we'll let the hands come to heart center. And take a moment to thank yourself in this time where we could always be connected to our phones, always be connected to our work, that we took time for ourselves, for our body, for our own thoughts, knowing that this will affect us throughout the entirety of our day. And we can bring the hands up to the forehead. And I bow in gratitude to you. And we can say namaste. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. And